Muy buenas, Agbelos y Agbelas. Aquí estamos una vez más en un videocillo más. Vale, como había dicho antes en el directo, bueno, en el directo anterior, esperad, porque voy a hacer una cosita para que la escuchéis bastante bien. Vale, pues lo que iba diciendo, que como he dicho en el directo anterior y tal, vamos a ver el State of the Play. Yo ya lo he visto, ¿vale? Pero para que lo veáis así un poquito por encima y así veis cómo os comento las cosas y tal, que veo bien y que veo mal, obviamente, aunque sea un juegazo, también tiene cosas malas y también tiene cosas buenas. Empezamos. Vale, voy a pasar un poquito porque esto es el tráiler principal, vale, entonces, vale.
We're just a few weeks away from launch on June 19th, when the game will finally be in your hands. The wait has been long, and we're extremely grateful for your patience.
Lo que veo fenomenal es las gotas del agua, como van cayendo, está muy bien, la verdad es que eso está muy bien.
Your friends, and your loved ones are doing well.
Ellie.
Because of these extraordinary circumstances, we can't be together in this final stretch and share the experience like we usually would. So today we're trying something different. Something we've never done before. Over the next 20 minutes or so, we're going to give you an in-depth look into what awaits you in The Last of Us Part 2, including new details about the gameplay experience and story. And to cap it all off, we'll be showing a never-before-seen, lengthy gameplay sequence. You'll definitely want to stick around for that.
Como hemos visto a la derecha, había una niña bailando con su padre, su tío, su abuelo, lo que sea.
I don't know what happened. I was supposed to take her to the Fireflies and walk away. They were actually going to make a cure. The only catch.
La verdad es que tengo unas ganas ya del 19 de junio de mierda, tío.
The Last of Us Part 2 picks up Ellie and Joel's story several years after the events of the first game. Ellie and Joel have settled in Jackson, Wyoming, amongst a thriving community of survivors.
El poblado de Tommy.
With the threats of the world kept outside the town's walls, Jackson has been able to find relative peace and even stability. Ellie is now 19, lives on her own, and has been able to forge lasting relationships within the community.
La verdad es que está muy bien detallado ya, como tanto el sudor, como tanto todo. Un pequeño problemilla que tienes, un poquito así el gráfico de, yo que sé, de una mesa, por ejemplo, pero da igual, ¿sabes? Eso a mí sinceramente me la suda. A ver, un crítico lo utiliza muchísimo, pero da igual, ¿sabes? Que es impresionante.
Ellie sets off back into the treacherous outside world in search of retribution and justice. Her journey will take her to new parts of the country previously unexplored in The Last of Us. The story spans multiple seasons and climates, from the snow-capped mountains of Jackson to the lush Pacific Northwest. Each introduces a wide range of exterior and interior environments for you to navigate and explore, rendered in meticulous detail and unprecedented scale with the latest iteration of the Naughty Dog engine. Our goal was to make these environments not only beautiful, but feel as grounded and authentic to the cities they're based on as possible. Much of the story unfolds in what remains of Seattle, a massive former quarantine zone.
Todo,
its
¿sabes?
locales are incredibly diverse,
Cuando deja
spanning a dense city
de haber
center with
civilización.
a skyline of towering high-rises to the beautiful suburbs and stormy waterfronts that surround it. The city exhibits drastic shifts in architecture, elevation, and weather. And with Part 2, we've introduced new traversal mechanics that afford greater exploration and ways to navigate.
Esto es una nueva mecánica que han puesto de salto, porque en el anterior juego no había tantas mecánicas, ¿vale? Entonces, lo que estamos viendo me parece muy bien, ¿vale? Esto es como un Uncharted.
These more open environments also create new strategic considerations in combat, whether it's to get the jump on enemies or bypass them entirely.
Los infectados.
The Last of Us Part 2 features some of the largest environments we've ever created. Horseback riding will allow Ellie to quickly cover some of these expansive terrains. Some streets are so flooded that a boat is required to navigate them. However, the world of The Last of Us is as lush and inviting as it is deadly. As Ellie uncovers the path to finding those who have wronged her, she must face the many threats of this unknown city. In the wake of the pandemic and the fall of
Los
the quarantine
perros,
zone,
es
Seattle
que
has become a war zone.
han puesto
Where
muchísimas
two
cosas,
warring
tío.
factions find themselves in an ongoing conflict for territory and resources. One of these groups is the Washington Liberation Front, otherwise known as the WLF. The WLF are a militia group that began as resistance to the military occupation of Seattle and eventually wrestled control of the city from them. They are highly trained, organized, and well-equipped with weapons they stole from the army. They occupy much of the city, imprisoning or killing trespassers on
Ya sabéis
site.
que como Ellie es muchísimo más ágil que Joel, pues le han implementado nuevos estilos de combate, más agilidad. Obviamente tiene un mejor combate que Joel, ¿eh?
On the other side of this bloody conflict is a
Y han
group of
puesto el
religious
esquive, que la verdad
zealots
es que me
called
parece
the
una
Seraphites,
bestialidad como lo han hecho.
or
El
scars,
esquive.
defined by the self-inflicted deep cuts that they bear across their faces. Like the WLF, they're deeply tribalistic and territorial. They're known for being stealthy, using overgrowth as cover, and they use more silent weapons like bows and arrows.
Clip her wings.
But beyond this conflict among survivors, the threat that originally brought the world to its knees is very much present. Every human is in danger of falling victim to the infected. They are the recently infected
Impresionante.
runners who are
El
more
hinchado.
numerous and aggressive in this game.
Buah.
The blind but extremely deadly clickers, and the stalkers who sneak and hide until they're ready to attack, surprising their victims with extreme agility
Es
and
muy
brutal
bueno, tío, el
violence.
estilo de combate. ¡Pum!
The Last of Us Part 2 introduces new stages of infected, such as the Shamblers. Large, heavily armored
Vale,
enemies
esto
that
es
are
un nuevo
covered in
bicho.
pustules. Upon getting close to you, they
Lo que hace
expel
es tirar,
corrosive
pues,
spore
eso,
cloud
una-
that burns its victims. But our most terrifying
Una
and
especie de
lethal
gas.
new forms of infected will have to wait until you play the game for yourselves. Overcoming these threats will require careful consideration of how you approach every combat encounter and how you leverage Ellie's unique skills, equipment, and the environment to your advantage.
Como ya hemos dicho antes, los perros te pueden rastrear y todo, entonces puede
The WLF
O sea,
patrol
puede
the
hacer un
streets of
giro
Seattle with guard dogs,
muy rápido,
which are
porque si
capable
tú
of
estás viendo un
detecting and
sigilo,
following you,
de repente
even
puedes
while
ir
in
al
cover.
ataque por un perro, por culpa de un
They can
perro.
pick up your scent and alert their handlers to your presence.
Te puedes pasar el juego sin matar a
Listen
ningún
mode
perro,
will
pero
reveal
claro,
your
va a ser
scent
bastante,
trait, so keep
bastante más
moving
complicado.
and cause distractions to avoid detection.
Y es algo que cuando estaremos nosotros en streaming
25
nos
years
va a
after
dar
the
pena, pero
pandemic
algunos
began,
ya habrá
the
que
world
matar.
is completely overgrown. Use tall grass to hide from enemies and go prone to stay out of sight. However, this form of analog stealth means you're never fully hidden. If enemies get close enough, they can discover you, even in grass. When Ellie is overwhelmed, running away is a viable option. You can also break glass or crawl through tight spaces to find new paths or areas to evade or take on your enemies. In any given combat situation, you can flee an encounter and re-establish stealth to regain the advantage. If you absolutely have to fight your way out, there are a variety of tools at your disposal. Ellie's
Esto
more
me encanta.
agile than most of her enemies.
El estilo de
She
combate,
can
fijaos
sprint
cómo es.
and quickly dodge incoming attacks. Learning how opponents attack with different weapons and mastering the timing of your dodges will prevent you from taking damage and create opportunities to
Buenísimo.
counterattack. You can use throwable items or well-placed shots to stun enemies before dealing a killing blow. Or using them as a shield to protect yourself or buy some time to figure out your next move. Ellie isn't always alone on her journey. Allies will take part in helping you navigate the environments, spot enemies, and meaningfully help you in
Una
combat
palanca.
encounters.
¡Buah!
Between the human survivors and the roaming infected, there will be times where multiple threats are present, creating new strategic considerations and opportunities. You can choose whether to attack these opponents separately and directly, or find ways to pit them against each other. flee as they fight, or wait until their numbers have thinned out and engage with whomever's left.
Un montonazo.
Our goal is to create unparalleled attention, coupled with deep systems that give you greater control and influence over your journey. As you play, you'll be able to invest in a broad collection of crafting items,
Obviamente podemos
weapon, and player
craftear
upgrades
como
through
en
training
anterior,
manuals scattered
como en
throughout the
anterior entrega.
environment and scavenging for ingredients. These skills and upgrade manuals cater to a variety of playstyles, and the choices you make
Craftear
will
tanto
create your
como
own
cóctel
distinct
molotov, como
experience.
bomba de humo, como
We also
granadas,
wanted to
como
extend that agency and personalization to
la
your
mejora de
weapons
armas.
through our new workbench system.
Me encanta
Scavenge
el
for
estilo
parts
que han
to
puesto de mejora de
modify
armas.
and improve your weapon's performance and attributes, all of which are visualized and become part of your character. Survival will also require using the parts and ingredients that you'll find in the environment, which can be crafted into a wide range of defensive and offensive items, like proximity mines, explosive arrows, pistol suppressors, and more.
Buah.
All of these gameplay systems are meant to immerse you in the world and make you feel in lockstep with Ellie's emotional journey. As we've said before, this is Naughty Dog's largest, most ambitious game. It may seem
Eso
like
sabéis
we covered a lot,
que no voy a
but we
contar
only
nada
scratched the surface of
de
what it's
quién
like
es
to play The
y
Last of
cómo
Us
es.
Part 2. We can't wait for you to experience it all for yourself on June 19th. Until then, here's an extended sequence of never-before-seen gameplay. Enjoy.
Gameplay ya, ¿eh? Vale, aquí una de las cosas que me ha molestado, pero a ver, que tampoco es para morirse, que han puesto el mismo estilo de nadar del primer juego. Que a mí el primer estilo de nadar del primer juego no me gustaba, pero bueno, da igual.
Isaac's not happy about it.
Escape. What the fuck are they talking about?
Buceo me ha gustado mucho, la verdad es que buceo la han cambiado y la verdad es que está bien. El movimiento del agua, las burbujas, todo eso lo han hecho muy bien.
Don't make a fucking sound.
Buenísimo.
Do you know a girl named Nora?
La PSP, cuidado.
Where is she?
In the hospital.
Where in the hospital?
Yeah, they're clearing out the upper floors. She's somewhere in there.
Venga. Buenísimo.
almost wrapped up.
Good. I got my girl waiting for him for Bob.
You shit me? They put you with Joe again?
Upstairs.
Hey, we get the job done.
I bet you do. Well, this is not fair.
I'm telling you, man. Data soldier. It makes these shifts so much easier.
Sure. I'll keep that in mind.
Fuck. Sounds like scars are getting closer.
Hope that's our guys executing those freaks.
Hey, did you hear why we're all getting called up?
I heard that Isaac wants
Es
us
que
to take over
el
downtown.
tiro, la verdad es que está muy bien, tío.
Oh, no way. Not after what went down last time. Even Isaac isn't that crazy.
Eso es lo que he dicho yo, mira, fijaos, las texturas de la ambulancia, ¿sabes? Las podría poner un poquito mejor, pero en realidad lo importante es el gameplay y como es que es la polla, tío. Uf. La sangrita, es que está muy bien hecho, tío. Es que no le puedo poner pegas. Buah. Un palo, tío. Lo del mechero está muy bien, que en ningún juego está la esta del mechero, porque obviamente una botella no la puedes tener en llamas por la cara. Vale, esto me da pena, ¿vale? Pero bueno, es algo que... A ver, no sé si nosotros mataremos a los perros cuando juguemos, pero intentaré no hacerlo, claramente, porque me da penita.
Just like that.
Buah.
Saw movement.
I'll go check it out.
Se queda clavada en la cabeza.
Look out! Move! Over here! Drop her now, crook! Asshole! I found her!
Dios.
Damn it! Find another way off!
No, me ha venido la duda ahora mismo, ya que estaba viendo el trailer, bueno, el gameplay y tal. Me ha venido la duda de que a lo mejor es el mismo hospital donde... Bueno, no creo.
What the fuck was Abby here?
I'm not stupid. You're gonna tell us where she went.
When Isaac talks to us about this...
I'm getting tired of this.
Nora, Nora! I'm not going down for her, man.
Eso está muy bien, el detalle de cómo la coge, porque hay algunos juegos que la cogen con la palma de la mano.
Don't scream. Put that shit down. You remember me? Yeah. You remember me.
¡Qué ganas, chavales! Del 19 de julio.